Right, good morning, welcome back to Upload TV, and let's as ever start with a thank you for joining us. Myself, the average golfer, Joey the tweet, enjoying a little cappuccino there. The warm-up has been done, Joe. Fried egg butties have started. A little bit stressed out this morning. M6 has got a bit of a fire going on and a 2-hour delay in getting here, but there you go. We're not going to let that affect performance, Joe. No. Although I'm feeling a little bit tense at the minute.
I feel a bit epic today.
Oh, epic. Well, there you go. Well, leads me on nicely. See that? Seamless, man. So, Callaway Great Big Bertha Epic. Now, I've seen a few reviews of this already. It seems to be quite favourable, to be fair. We'll pass our own judgment very, very shortly. But first of all, what we're going to do this morning, like I said, we've going to hit 10-15 shots off camera, analyse that data so you've got a wider spread of shots to have a look at how this has performed in the hands of the average golfer, and I'll hit maybe 5-6 balls on camera as well, see if we can get some real life footage, so to speak, I think, Joe, as well, isn't it? Quite a number of shaft variations available from Callaway as well for this Great Big Bertha Epic, and I would certainly suggest you spend some time. I've had a little sort of 20-minute, half an hour mess around, and I've ended up with quite a light shaft for me, and also it's a regular flex as well, but I like the way it's set up. Now again, as ever, movable weight across the back here, which swings quite considerably from a draw to fade bias. I've got it slightly off. I normally have all the settings in very much the neutral centre position. I've got it slightly favoured towards a draw bias at the moment in a regular shaft, which is set up at 10.5 degrees, and that is set up as standard as well. So quite a bit different for me, if I'm honest with you, in terms of the setup, but that's what I've gone with. And again, it just shows that it's mega important for you to make sure you get shaft, loft, and the positioning of this weight all right for your swing as well. Right, trying to make this a bit quicker because our videos, or I tend to waffle on quite a bit. Don't let Joey get a word in edgeways. Joe, just explain jailbreak technology for everybody.
Yeah, so basically, when the club hits a ball, the crown and the sole expands. Yeah. But this jailbreak technology connects the two and stops it expanding as much.
It's got like a framework inside. Yeah. We'll throw up a picture now, Joe.
Yeah. There you go.
And that should explain. It's a little bit of a framework that literally holds the face together a little bit. We're not going to go into, and I'm never going to go into great technical detail in terms of the club's technology. To me, I don't mean to sound disrespectful to anybody who is interested in it, but what goes in, what's packed into the club is almost irrelevant to me. I'm interested in performance and I'm interested in aesthetics. What's in there, I hope, is the very best Callaway can offer me in terms of the current technology that's out there, making this driver the best it possibly can be for me, the average golfer. So I'll start with the aesthetics, which I am interested in. That would persuade me naively, and shouldn't have anything to do with why you purchase a club, but you'll always be drawn to it on the shelf. I love the look of the club. I don't know what you think again, Joe.
I quite like it, actually, yeah.
They've got this kind of carbon crown, which is something that you see heavily featured in the TaylorMade M1 and M2 series, but it's got kind of like fades out to gloss black, and it's again these little hints of this lime green, which is definitely the colour of this season in terms of golf clubs. It really looks kind of, I think it's quite classy as well, and you know, it just looks a real top-end driver, and I think, to be fair, that's reflected in the top-end price as well. I don't know the RRP of this, but it's muted to be between sort of 450 quid, I think £500 even. So, but like I said, I don't get involved in sort of the retail prices, so you'd have to find that out for yourself. But you can certainly see this is a quality piece of kit, and I love the way it looks, love the way it sits behind the ball. Enough of that, let's hit some golf balls, Joe.
Let's go.
Are we
all ready?
Just remove my, oh no, it is removed. I thought I had my phone go off. Right. So again, don't forget, we're at Clark's Golf Centre in Rainford, just outside St Helens. They've got all this fit kit, plenty of shaft options available, so get yourself up to Clark's and give these things a test yourself. Right, Joe, let's see if we can get some balls on camera. That's not a bad start, Joe. That's not a bad start, and like I said, this setup that I've got is so different to what I would normally have. Oh, wow.
It was a bit offline, but I think it's the biggest one I've seen you hit. today.
It's probably, yeah, it is a bit offline. That's because that didn't look offline to where I'm aiming, did it?
Yeah, so it's a bit more left, it is. See.
Well, that's disappointing with the aim, because what I'll say about that, if you're just watching the flight of the ball is straight. Yeah. It's not fade out to the, because I'm looking back at the screen over here, so you'll have to excuse me for a little bit. It looks, to be fair, 41 yards off line, that is a bad shot, but trust me, my alignment is way off there, because that ball, from where I looked at it, flew probably 5, 6, 10 yards off the line that I was aiming, and you'll see that the ball flight is fairly straight. So I'll adjust my aim, but yeah, what a shame that was in terms of, we need to go quite a bit further left, then, isn't it? See if we can get this online. Oh, that's a poor shot, Joe. What a shame. Now that has gone off left.
Yeah.
What a difference in 2 golf shots. Very poor. Right, come on, let's ignore that one and move on swiftly. Still down that left-hand side, Joe. Performance not good on camera, I'm afraid. They're quite a bit way out, and again a massive difference between what was a great starting ball and where I've ended up going. I think this alignment is certainly messing with me a little bit. Come on. What does that turn in terms of the shapes? That's still showing still down the right, which is odd, isn't it, if you look at where the ball flight's going. It's a better ball, it's back up to the 260 mark, but it's, I've got to admit I'm slightly confused with the line here, because that seemed to be, it was quite a long way left of where we started with, and
it's still going right.
It's still shown as being right of target. Anyway, let's ignore the line for a little bit, I suppose. I know you can question that if you wish. That's an absolute bomb, Joe.
Yeah, I know.
And
distance.
There's something seriously wrong with our alignment here. I don't understand this, because that was an absolute, what an absolute rocket of a shot.
Yeah.
So
if they're all in the same place, they're just offline, aren't they? If you get me.
But what is the line so far out? I don't understand this. I'd have to be literally, the machine is nowhere near. We're talking over the yellow flag, which I know you can't see, but this is really weird in terms of where it's sending me, in terms of what the... Don't forget, it's a virtual line, if you like, that we're aiming for. If all these shots were blocked out to the right, I could sort of accept it, but again, that was a pretty much bullet straight shot, right out the centre. Let's see if we can move around a little bit again, but I'm struggling to see how that can be down the line, but there you go. Come on, last ball of this innings. Off the bottom, that one, Joe. It's not going to be the last ball, I'm getting another one. I've got to say, so that's just weird, isn't it? Shall I try moving the
Skytrack? Yeah, just aim it more right.
But I don't understand why this alignment is so far out, Joe. Just slightly off the bottom again. I mean, what I will say is well, let's see the line. That's straight.
That's it, yeah.
So our issues really, to be fair, have largely down to the way we've got the Skytrack squared up to the T-peg this morning, so apologies for that. And I feel slightly better about the fact that we've managed to get one straight down the target line when we've adjusted the setup and the line of the Skytrack. So I think at least with the last shot we've managed to prove that it wasn't all on this occasion. I'm quite happily put my hands up when I'm hitting bad shots, but I was really taken aback by how far right they were suggesting those balls were. So I'm going to ignore the kind of offline. You do what you want, you can criticise that if you want, maybe it is excuses I'm making, but trust me, I'm trying to be as honest as possible here. I was more than happy with those shots that we sent out, and on video, apart from I got pretty decent numbers with the Strixon on camera. My sort of average, I would say, with a driver is around the sort of 255, 260. Not average, my best. If I'm playing well, if I'm striking a ball out the middle, I currently use the M2 driver of last year. if I'm hitting the ball 255, 260, I'm pleased. So to get a ball out there, was it a couple at 270?
So you got 278 and 271, yeah.
They're long for me, trust me. What I will say is this: not only did I enjoy the fact that ultimately a driver is, we're looking at distance, so it's fantastic to see those big numbers. Really pleased with that. Like I said, I'll hit more balls off camera to see if we can get some consistency that sort of backs up those figures. But my immediate response would be this: the club felt fantastic. I like the sound of the club. I like the feel out of the club. It's certainly got that kind of springboard effect. It really seems to fire off the club face, which is always a nice feeling. And there's a big debate over sort of what forgiveness means and off-centre hits and all the rest of it. I certainly hit a few off the bottom there, and I was still managing to get this sort of, that last ball was 243. Yeah. It wasn't a good shot, and it was off the bottom of the club face. But I was more than happy. It kept the 240 yards worth of it. It didn't deserve that kind of distance, to be fair. Someone's trying to take our camera out, I think, Joe, in the range. That's two that's fired past us. Anyway, I'll stop waffling on. We'll go back to the office and we'll do a bit more of an assessment and see what we think are the numbers of the Callaway Great Big Bertha Epic. Okay, so welcome back into the Upload Towers, all in one piece. M6 traffic has died off, thank God, and not too much of a journey back home. So back to look at these figures. I've got to say, the Epic Driver was pretty much that epic. It was most enjoyable. I really had some issues on camera in terms of direction and aim, which was an issue with my part, and hopefully we sort of straightened that up with the very last shot to see that it was more to do with my alignment and where I thought it was parallel with the Skytrack box, which can be a little bit confusing, but there you go, let's not make any excuses. But other than the alignment issue, the golf club performed pretty good on camera. Taking out maybe 1-2 shots on camera, like I said, I'd have been more than happy, and recorded some really good numbers in terms of two of the shots I hit at 278 and 271 overall. And you know, if I was getting those numbers consistently, I'd have to swing a bit more consistently. Obviously that was a lot to do with the performance in terms of the swing and the strike, but the way I'd make a comparison is this: when my swing and strike is good with other clubs, does it perform as well as that 278 yard driver? And the answer in the majority of cases is no. They're not the kind of numbers that I would get, and that's where I feel as though I'm certainly in a position to pass comments and judgments on a golf club's performance based on simply that. With my best strike, best swing, overall performance into the club, what do I get? And like I said, 278 is a fantastic piece of performance from a driver for me, as was the 271 driver. But there are issues overall. We started off with the 10 shots off camera, 12 shots that you've got in front of you, you're looking at now. To be fair, across the board, it was fairly good. We averaged, let's start with the averages. So we looked at 252 overall, more than happy with that, 224 carry. The PTI score, which is the Skytrack's equivalent to smash factor, was 1.48, which again, very, very good. Launch angle off camera 12.6 would be a little low. Club head and ball speed 97 and 143, which again, very, very up the top end for me in terms of club head speed, again with driver, maybe around the 95, 96. So on an average of 97 with a few swing speeds up there, club head speeds rather, of 99, then it was certainly, I was able to get that club head moving through the ball at impact quite well, which again is unusual for me. I made reference to the shaft. The shaft that I had set up, the lighter weight shaft, and the way in which the club was set up in the end was definitely favourable. I did like that, and I definitely felt that the whole sort of swing weight was really working for me. Interesting thing was, off camera, again, go through the spin numbers, incredibly low. There's always going to be the odd one that's thrown in. There's a 2.8 there at shot number 6. Other than that, it would have had an even, we'd have ended up with an average number even lower, but a 2.2 spin number, which, you know, don't forget, this isn't the Sub-Zero, this isn't a low spinning model, then that's incredibly low spinning for me. And again, overall, that performance was all right. I won't go through individual shots because I changed things around during the 12 shots. I had it slightly at a lower loft. It was a 10.5 degree to start with, and the majority of shots were 10.5 degree with 1 degree taken out. And it's arguably, there was a mistake that we recognised that the ball flight was a little bit low, the launch angle was a little bit low. So we changed, it was 10.5 degree set up as standard and neutral position with a draw bias in terms of the club head for the ones that we shot on camera. Now again, you'll see that if we take out the 9.8 launch on shot 6, I would imagine, again, I'm not going to do the maths on camera, but it would make a huge difference to the average in terms of the launch angle and push it up possibly near the sort of 14.5, 15 degrees, which is much more where I'd like to be. And if you see, the two best performing shots for me are when the launch angle was 16.8 and 17 degrees. And still low spinning. So that's them two numbers paired together. We're producing 271, 278 total drives, so 244, 250 in terms of carry. They are really good performing numbers for me. The bits in between, we've got 238 overall in there, which again I'd like to wipe off the numbers altogether. We can't do that on the course, of course, but it would have made such a difference to the overall performance figure in terms of averages. But it's in there, it is what it is. But I think you can see plenty in there that suggests that the setup was really good for me on a personal level. But I think, like I said, the club performed very, very well when I got the ball out of the sweet spot with a nice strike. All the numbers again, average on camera with two bad ones possibly thrown in, 1.46 as the sort of PTI or smash factor, if you like to call it. So in theory, and I hope you can go through there and make your own analysis of that, there's plenty there for you to debate, but I would certainly say that I really like this Epic Driver, and with, that's 12, what is it, 19 shots that I hit, that we've recorded the data on at least, I can certainly give it a thumbs up. I'm prepared to spend more and more time trying to get that optimised in terms of getting a launch around 14 and 15 degrees would be better for me. Keeping that spin down low, and with the lighter weight shaft, keeping club head speeds up around the sort of 97, 98 mile an hour mark would be great performance for me, I would think, in the overall end result. And I like the feel, and I like the sound, the acoustics and everything that went with it, and as I say, the looks of it. So it's definitely a thumbs up. I hope you can get that from me. But as I said on the video, don't forget to check it out yourself. Hope those numbers over a wider spread of shots helps. Thanks for watching. I'll be recording a very, very similar message in 5 minutes time when we look at the averages of the Sub-Zero golfer. See you soon. Okay, welcome back to Tiptoe TV. This is the big one, world exclusive. Joey the Tweet is with the Epic. Are you going for the Sub-Zero? Sub-Zero?
Yeah, I'll go for the low spinning.
Sub-Zero, low spinning model, obviously better suited to your kind of swing type. So take it away, Joe. Let's go. We'll look at the data later.
At the end.
Yeah, I'm loving it, man. Loving it. Oof. Don't forget, Joey that Tweet, merchandise available from all good golf stores.
Oh, I'm nervous about it.
Don't be, mate. Don't be scared. Just embrace it.
I don't want to break the camera.
No, just watch the sky tracks.
I know.
Another good warm-up swing. So you're best off loosening the big muscles. Ooh, that's the back on. So here we go. What did you think of it? What's your first impressions?
I mean, it looks nice behind the ball. That's all I've got, really. Right, come on. Oh,
what are your thoughts on the shaft? Is it?
Yeah, the shaft.
Seems okay. Looks okay. What's it feel like off the club face? I'll tell you in a minute.
I get to that.
Oh, decent shot. Decent shot.
Oh,
it's gone further than the first two.
This is too hard.
Come on, stay low down it. Stay low through the shot. That's the ball. He's got it. Ooh, sounding nice off the club face, mate.
I'll definitely that. How far was that going?
170. Good low spin. You got low spin numbers as well.
See, I told you these zeros are the one for me. That's a range ball as well, don't forget.
All right, go on then. Hit one more. Go on.
10% gone. So.
Right, so you got your groove now. You're in the zone. Let's see if we can. What we need to do is straighten things up, get club head speed up, get launch angle up, and get the ball up.
Yeah.
Come on, stay low. Now, I think you'd be better suited to the standard, mate.
Yeah, it's too much spin on that one.
Slow spin, isn't it?
Yeah. We get 120.